Tonight, day one of class for ESCO High School didn't end how the community had hoped after someone at the school tested positive for COVID-19. Plus, steelworkers speak out. A major union tells us why they're for Biden and gives an update on the mining industry as the pandemic plays out. And protecting kids virtually. With more and more kids going online, there's some safety tips you need to keep in mind.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. The ESCO School District announced someone tested positive for COVID-19 and was at the high school on the very first day of school. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo spoke with parents and got their reaction. Kendall. ESCO parents tell us they got the message just a half hour after school let out this afternoon. In the email, the school district said the person with the positive test was inside the building today. They did not name the person or say if they're a student or staff member. They also didn't share when the person got tested. The email says anyone who had close contact with the person will get an email from the health department. They'll be excused from school for 2 weeks along with the person who tested positive. Jackie Gregg, a mother of an ESCO High senior, says she doesn't even know why that person was in the building at all.
It was surprising just because it was the first day, and because if somebody tested positive, they would have had to be tested before they walked into the building. So if you have been tested, you should clearly stay home until your test comes back.
School officials told parents to watch for symptoms and if they feel sick to get tested and stay home. ESCO School District has hybrid learning for high schoolers and entirely in person for elementary students. We reached out to the ESCO School District for a response but haven't heard back yet. Certainly not the first day of school many of folks there were hoping for. Thanks, Kendall. With more students online due to distance learning, a lot of parents are concerned about the safety of their children. There are some things you can do to keep them safe from hackers and online predators. CBS3's John Cardinelli found out it comes down to asking questions and having an open dialogue.
With distance learning in place across the nation, criminals are ready to pounce.
Anything can be hackable. I mean, it's being written. There's always bugs in code.
Travis Elm is an IT consultant with DiscoverPC.net. He says with children using computers to learn at home, one important question needs to be asked.
Is it your device? Is it the school's device?
Elm says a big threat with online learning is keeping your child's identity safe. If you are using a school computer, Elm suggests going to the school with questions.
What kind of protections do they have in place to, help keep your child's identity from being online?
When using a personal computer, Elm says most computers have softwares helping parents monitor online activity and block certain sites.
Most modern operating systems have built-in parental controls in place.
The Duluth Police Department thinks those controls are crucial as online predators target children through game chats and free online video chat websites like Omegle.
Kids might go on there innocently enough looking to meet new friends, new people. Because certainly people are starting to look for more human connection these days.
Online predators are using these websites to groom children into doing things they normally wouldn't, which is why the department says it's important to have dialogue with your children about online chat rooms.
It builds trust between parents and kids, and it makes your kids more likely to report that, hey, I think this conversation has taken a turn and it doesn't feel right.
While many of these problems can be easily resolved by monitoring your children's online activity, Elm says if it's too late, there are probably signs.
The machine is running sluggish. It's not operating the norm.
If your child has been approached by an online predator, it's important to contact your local police department immediately. For more tips on how to protect your children while they're online, head to our website. Minnesota's governor greeted students and educators this morning to welcome the community back to school. Governor Tim Walz, a classroom teacher for more than 20 years, visited an elementary school in Wyoming, Minnesota, as part of a statewide safe learning tour. State leaders want to thank educators, students, and parents for their flexibility during the COVID-19 pandemic. Over the next few weeks, Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan will visit schools across the state, including Duluth. Walls and Flanagan also will greet students virtually for those schools doing online learning.
Our goal was to craft a policy based on the best science, to craft a policy based on the best educational model, and to craft a policy hand in hand with local elected officials and their parents to make sure that communities were invested in what we're doing with their children.
The Departments of Education and Health will continue to work with school districts and local health professionals throughout the school year. They'll track the virus and determine if or when a school may need to adjust its learning plan. Dave's here for a look at the weather. I think the cooler temps make it a little easier to get back into that groove of going back to school.
That might be a good point. Very good point, Kristen. And it was chilly this morning. We'll take a look at some of the low temps we started with this morning. And your neck of the woods, Hibbing-Chisholm area, 31 degrees. My neck of the woods, Ely, only 30. In fact, most towns did drop into the 30s this morning. Silver Bay, right by the lake. A little pocket of resistance there, 43 degrees. Tomorrow morning is going to be very similar for temperatures, maybe close to 40 by the lake and 30s inland. So that means our entire region, except for the UP, is facing freeze and frost alerts here tonight as cold air from the north comes into our region, battling at the same time warmer and wetter air from the south tries to work in. It will be a bit of a back and forth battle through portions of tomorrow, but many of us on Wednesday will wake up to frost on the windshield. And then the top temp in the afternoon, only 55 degrees. That's about 13 degrees cooler than normal. But normal will return. Like MacArthur, it shall return. And I'll talk about when in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. The steel industry has had a tough time during the COVID-19 pandemic. We saw U.S. Steel take a near $500 million revenue loss last quarter, and Cleveland Cliffs took close to a $100 million hit. As the local mining industry gets back on its feet, candidates running for office are hoping to win the votes of industry workers come November. Tonight, we're sitting down with a union representative to hear how they choose a candidate in this week's Eye on Mining. A tale of two iron ranges.
The Iron Range is roaring back to life.
If the Iron Range is roaring back, I want someone to go tell that to the over 300 people at Keetac that are laid off, have been laid off.
That's John Arbogast with United Steelworkers District 11.
The steel industry isn't doing good. The prices are bad. The Iron Range suffers when steel suffers. So that's the reality.
After a handful of Iron Range mayors spoke about the current success of the Iron Range during Vice President Mike Pence's stop in Duluth, the steelworkers are telling a different story focused around the indefinite idle of Keewatin taconite.
Our biggest concern is the Keetac brothers and sisters. The other mines are running. But look at U.S. Steel alone. Great Lakes Works in Michigan is closed permanently. That was 4 to 6 million tons of pellets that came from the Mintac mine.
Heading into an election, the United Steelworkers have a list of top priorities.
Collective bargaining, safety and health, job security, trade, domestic issues, health care.
Based on those issues, the union endorsed Democratic candidate Joe Biden for President of the United States. Arbogast said some members weren't happy with the endorsement of Biden, but ultimately, he says their focus is on protecting workers' rights.
We feel that some of the things that have happened with the National Labor Relations Board and some of the attacks on our collective bargaining rights, those things are important to us. They should be important to the members. I get where they're at with some of the environmental issues and why they feel the Democratic Party has left them. But we respect their views, that's for sure.
As for an outlook for the industry, Arbogast said it's hard to say with the unknowns of the COVID-19 pandemic.
We got to control the virus before the economy can get better, and until we do that, I think we're just going to stay right at this level.
Arbogast told us the United Steelworkers have a process in how they choose candidates to endorse. It begins with a survey, which asks the candidates where they stand on issues important to the union. Arbogast said the steelworkers received the survey back from Democratic candidate Joe Biden, but did not receive a response from President Trump. Arbogast added the steelworkers felt candidate Biden aligned with their priorities, including workers' rights and collective bargaining. The deck is getting ready to host President Donald Trump's son during his visit to Duluth tomorrow. Donald Trump Jr. is expected to hold a campaign rally in one of the ballrooms. This is a photo provided to us of the event setup. You can see the chairs are spaced 6 feet apart. The deck's interim executive director, Roger Reinert, says only 250 people will be allowed in the space. That also includes campaign staff, speakers, and media. Reinert says they'll be taking people's temperatures and masks will be required. He added this is not the biggest event the deck has held since the start of the pandemic. We'll have full coverage of Trump Jr.'s visit to Duluth tomorrow on the CBS3 News at 5, 6, and 10 and online. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, a Native group is calling for accountability. Find out why. Plus, why an 8-year-old girl made the decision to distance learn this year.
Our almanac shows a couple of things. Number one, it's dark out there. Number two, the high temp today made it to 52 degrees. The normal is 68. Eventually, normal will return, and we might even go warmer than normal in about a week. We'll talk about what's in between now and then, coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS3.
It's Slumberland's huge Labor Day sale. Get this stylish, comfy sectional for just $9.98 and get the storage ottoman free, or an incredible price on the Sealy Posturepedic Queen mattress and free shipping with no minimum. The Labor Day sale at Slumberland.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Time's running out to buy America's best-selling brand with our best deals of the summer. Get great offers across the Ford lineup. Shop online or in person. But hurry while selection is best. The Ford Summer Sales Event ends September 8th. Right now, lease a Ford F-150 today for just $299 a month. That's just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
In the race for a vaccine, the finish line is approaching. Safety protocols in place. And the greatest economy the world has ever seen coming back to life. But Joe Biden wants to change that.
I would shut it down.
Why would we ever let Biden kill countless American businesses, jobs, and our economic future when President Trump's great American comeback is now underway?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Northwest Outlet now with extended hours, Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Now get up to 60% off on Columbia and the North Face summer clothing and footwear at your favorite store, Northwest Outlet, during the end of summer sale. Check out our camping department. We've slashed items up to 30% off. Nobody carries more Carhartt and Ariat FR clothing for hard-working men and women than Northwest Outlet. Our truck headquarters carries toppers, lids, liners, and all accessories you'll want for your truck. Come and get it at Northwest Outlet Superior.
Today we say so long summer and hello fall with the new DQ Fall Blizzard menu. There's the always festive pumpkin pie, tasty new caramel apple pie, and more delicious fall flavors than ever. Right now on the new DQ Fall Blizzard menu. If you're craving fall, you can find it at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the big Sealy sale now at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen mattress as low as $99 or a luxurious Sealy Posturepedic for $9.99 plus free shipping. The big Sealy sale at Slumberland.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Christmas talking about ice cream treats, and then we're thinking about the temperatures being as cold as they are. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Well, either way, it is going to be cold by tomorrow morning. Cold enough for a freeze warning for inland parts of northern Minnesota, and cold enough for a frost advisory for just about everybody else in the area, except for the Upper Peninsula. So gardeners there, you may be off the hook for now, but it could be just as chilly come Thursday morning as well, before temperatures do finally start to moderate. So this cold snap isn't it now for the next 6 months. We will warm up back to the 70s by next Tuesday. I can't tell you for how long right now, but At least one day we'll get there. Okay, what are we getting right now? At the airport in Duluth, the current temp is 43 degrees. The relative humidity is up to 80%. And our wind, it is northerly, northwesterly, and going 5 miles per hour. Air pressure at the surface is awfully high at 30.4 inches of mercury. But up aloft, a low pressure system is trying to work in at the same time. So we have that conundrum of a high barometer reading, but clouds in the sky. And out of those clouds, there's a chance for some showers, especially in Wisconsin and Michigan. But current temps are going from 43 in Ironwood to 44 in Watersmeet, and 41 in Solon Springs to 43 degrees in Ashland. In between, we have Hayward at 42 and 38 in Superior, so a little cooler by the lake, at least for the time being. Low 40s towards east central Minnesota. 39 to 44 degrees here up the North Shore. Iron Range numbers are in general in the 30s already, though Grand Rapids at the end of the Mesabi is at 40. Looking at upper 30s here, International Falls. For low temps tonight, inland could be close to 30 again, like this morning, and maybe holding on to 40 by the lake, although Silver Bay already looks like it's not going to be as warm as they were this morning with their reading of 43. All right, taking a look at the Doppler map right now, we've got the higher pressure cell from Canada trying to push in with that cold air, which is increasing the barometer readings, but big low pressure system over Colorado that brought those folks upwards of a foot of snow is spilling its clouds up aloft over that, and they're most prevalent here in Wisconsin and in the UP, and there is in fact a 30% chance for showers in this zone probably through tomorrow afternoon, while Minnesotans probably will be a little bit clearer and a little bit drier as well. And then the high pressure cell should take over for the upper Midwest from Wednesday evening on through Friday. It'll be on the cooler side, yes, but once we get towards the weekend, it'll start to warm up, and the big snowmaking low from Colorado will come our way, but it'll be bringing us precip in the form of rain rather than snow. But there's a 70% chance we're going to get this rain on Saturday before it goes back towards warmer and sunnier by Sunday. So the whole weekend coming up isn't going to be shot. Tonight, clear and cool in Minnesota with lows inland about 30, maybe 40 by the lake. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, mid-30s for the most part for the low temps. Partly cloudy and cool, couple of sprinkles vaguely possible. For tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, you do get a 30% rain shower chance. High temps in the mid-50s for most zones, though it may be cloudier and cooler in the UP. For Minnesota tomorrow, mid-50s for the high temperatures with a partly sunny sky. And then we eye up the slow and steady increase in temperatures here from 55 Wednesday to 65 on Friday to 73 by Tuesday. And dry for the most part, with the exception being that rain chance on Saturday. It is a 70% shot.
Still, not too shabby. I mean, we can deal with a little bit of chilly temps if we look ahead.
Yeah, I hate to admit I do not have much sisu right now because I've turned the thermostat up to 65.
You have.
And it's been kicking on too, so yeah, that's how cool it's out there.
It's been chilly, yeah, can't deny that. Thanks, Dave. A Native group is calling for accountability after a woman was murdered earlier this year. The Gitchigumi Scouts held a march and rally with friends and family of Jackie Defoe. She was murdered back in March along with her young son and unborn child. The man charged with the crime, Sheldon Thompson, has a long criminal history. Friends say her death is a call to action to end the violence against Native women.
It sparked something in our community where it just had to stop. And I think she will always be a legend in our community. Her voice will always be heard.
Advocates say in the past, Thompson has only received a slap on the wrist. They're calling on the Carleton County Attorney to ensure he's prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Many Minnesota students head back to class in some fashion today after being given the option. A Hibbing 8th grader is choosing to stay home and distance learn in order to keep her guardian safe. 13-year-old Olivia Salila lives with her great-aunt and grandma. Both are in their 70s and have health issues. The two women became her guardian after Olivia's mother passed away last year after fighting an opioid addiction. Olivia hopes choosing to stay at home will help prevent them from being exposed to COVID-19.
And I do not want anything to happen to my grandma and my aunt. And as much as I'd love to go to school, I love them more.
Olivia's first day of school is tomorrow. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz left the decision on in-person or distance learning up to individual school districts. However, he did require that all students have the option to learn from home if they want to. Still to come, a New York police chief is stepping down and many of his colleagues are following suit. We have the details coming up.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Hi, I'm Stephen Ray. At Miners National Bank, we offer local originating, local processing, local closing, and local servicing. For your next mortgage, apply now. minersmortgage.com.
Miners National Bank of Evelyn, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Long have our ancestors debated taco or quesadilla. Taco John's has found the answer. Both. Introducing the cheesy grilled chicken quesadilla taco. Get 2 for just $5. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Numi Jewelers is a full-service jewelry store specializing in one-of-a-kind pieces and repairs. From a chain repair to a full custom piece, we'll get your jewelry looking new again. Stop in for a free repair estimate. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Right now, you can get $2,000 customer cash on a stylish new 2020 Toyota Camry or Camry Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
What are you thinking?
Thinking about burger, fries, and some pie.
You know it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, then bring the pie first.
It's back and better than ever. Perkins Burger, Fries, and Pie Combo. For a limited time, enjoy any burger, fries, and a slice of pie. And always served safely. Whether you dine in, order online, or get it to go. Order now at perkinstogo.com.
Years fly by. Your retirement date keeps getting closer. Rather than spending another night worrying about your investments, get a second opinion on your investment strategy today. Let us show you how a professionally designed investment strategy that's aligned with your goals can help you sleep well at night. Go to MPPLFinancial.com to get our investment review checklist. Then call MPPL Financial this week for a complimentary second opinion consultation. A second opinion could be your best 2020 investment.
Duluth Casino is hiring. Apply today.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Tonight in Rochester, New York, the chief of police and several of his top officers have suddenly stepped down. It comes as the family of Daniel Prude, who died after being restrained by Rochester police, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the chief, the city, and the officers involved. Last Wednesday, police body camera video from March showed Daniel Prude being arrested and restrained by several Rochester police officers. 7 days after that encounter, Prude died. His death was ruled a homicide caused by complications of physical restraint. PCP was also listed as a contributing factor. The deputy chief also announced his retirement. The mayor believes more police officers will follow suit. Coming up in sports, it's back to football for Michigan high schools. Kelly Hinseth has the details after the break.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association, Range Regional Airport, and Miners National Bank of Evelyn.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. The perfect paint for when the nursery becomes the bedroom. That becomes his room. That becomes your favorite room in the house. Paint because you want to, not because you have to. For results that stand up to whatever life brings. Trust Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Exclusively at Menards.
Get 11% off everything, including Pittsburgh Paramount Paint.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Time's running out to buy America's best-selling brand with our best deals of the summer. Get great offers across the Ford lineup. Shop online or in person. But hurry while selection is best. The Ford Summer Sales Event ends September 8th. For a limited time, get $4,500 total cash on Fusion. That's $4,500 total cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Here is a peek at the West Duluth Super One Liquor location, a new and improved store right in your neighborhood. Super One Liquor has you covered for all of your party and gathering needs. We have a commitment to deliver outstanding service, variety, and top quality wine and spirits. And don't forget the best variety of ice-cold beer and beverages. Super One Liquor, come for the service, leave with the savings.
A smile has the power to get you feeling all right. At Aspen Dental, it's all right to smile again with dentures starting at just $3.99. We craft them in our on-site labs from start to finish, so they never leave our office, and you never have to worry. And with dentures made in as little as a day, you can smile right on schedule. Relief you need at a price you can afford. Right fit, right quality, right price. At Aspen Dental, it's all right to smile again. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL today.
Thank you for virtual family dinners and long-distance birthday wishes. Thank you for sweet streaming melodies and spontaneous dance parties. Thank you for keeping classrooms together and learning alive. Thank you to our incredible network of employees who make all these beautiful connections possible.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Roughly 2 hours before Game 5 of the Bucks series with Miami, Giannis Antetokounmpo tested out his sprained right ankle on the court. Ultimately, he was ruled out before tip-off, meaning that Milwaukee, now down 3-1 to the Miami Heat, would need to win with their backs against the wall without their reigning MVP. Could they get it done and stay alive in Game 5 tonight? 3 minutes to go, Heat up by 7. Milwaukee is not going down without a fight. Chris Middleton rises up and hits the contested three, keeps things close, but the dagger came with just over a minute to go. Jimmy Butler gets smothered in the lane, so he finds Goran Dragic, who threaded it home. The Heat take the series, and Milwaukee falls short for the second straight year as the top seed in the East. And moving on, Twins in a doubleheader with St. Louis today. They take Game 1 7-3, bottom of the third. Twins open with a 2-0 lead, but the third inning was a nightmare. Gave up a run by a hit batter and 2 runs thanks to walks. It wasn't until Rangel Ravelo singled out to left that the Cards got her run in the normal manner. They score 5 in the third to take a 5-2 lead. Twins get a few more, but they drop Game 2 6-4. Things weren't much prettier up in Detroit. The Tigers score 8 unanswered tonight on the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers do get a few back, but they do go down 8-3 the final. And every professional team seemed to have a rough night tonight. For the first time this season, the Minnesota Lynx drop back-to-back games. They fall to the Mystics. And high school action this afternoon. Members of the Cloquet Carleton girls soccer team continue to kneel for the national anthem. They were at Proctor today. 15 minutes in, the Jacks break through off a corner kick that bangs off the crossbar. Alexa Snesrud is in the right place and puts it home. A few minutes later, Snesrud, with it at midfield, creates her own run, and nobody is going to catch her. That's a missile that goes bar down. 2-0 at the half. Cloquet Carleton goes on to win it 5-1 the final. Following an August filled with uncertainties on if Michigan will have a football season at the high school level, last week the season was reinstated by the MHSAA, allowing for a 6-game season to go ahead. CBS3's Ryan Campos spoke with the Go-Ebic Miners as the news means a second chance at a season and breaking their 3-year losing streak.
It was a mad scramble to get everything kind of running so we could get this going smoothly.
The past month has been a whirlwind of emotions for high school football teams across the state of Michigan.
Everyone was all down and everything from canceling before, and we were all thinking that if it was happening in the spring that it probably would have just got canceled then too.
However, on Tuesday, teams like the Gogebic Miners were able to lace up their pads following last week's reinstatement on the 2020 season.
Everyone's here and ready to play now and win some games.
Before hitting the gridiron, players and the coaching staff will answer a questionnaire, get their temperature check, and mask up.
It's all extra stuff, but it's all worth it if we can have a season.
Having a season, hoping to break a 3-year losing streak.
These kids have lost freshman, sophomore, junior year. They've just had a hard time getting that win column. And this summer, I haven't seen these kids work this hard in all 4 years.
Everyone's been working so hard for the last couple of years, and just to come out here and get that win, and then that would carry momentum into the next ones.
Ultimately, when the Miners do kick off the 2020 season, players add it will be an extra special feeling.
Everyone's going to have their blood pumping, their adrenaline's going to be flowing. They're going to come out strong, and we'll win.
Don't be heavy, Connor. Don't be heavy.
The Miners kick off their season next Saturday at home against Lance. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Have our certified nurse midwives provide personal one-on-one support and guidance for your next pregnancy. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Honey, what are you doing?
Carpet's getting a little long. Tripping hazard.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Run! Who wants a brat?
Honey, just get in already.
It's okay to be a little overprotective.
Seriously?
After all, it's how we feel about our customers. Western National Insurance.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Mediacom's fiber-powered broadband network was built for the future, and it's in your community. Delivering gigabit speeds to every home and business we serve. We'll be one of the first in the nation to take you to 10G, making your community one of the fastest in the world. The foundation is in place, and Mediacom will be making way for brilliant possibilities, igniting economic development and lighting up communities nationwide.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance. If you find appliances on our website that we don't have in stock, don't be afraid. We can always special order it for no additional handling or freight costs. It will be the same price as it is on our floor. Prime Appliance, we're always here to help, and let us prove it to you.
I have been working to lower prescription drug prices since my first day in the Senate. And when Congress passed into law my bill to lower the price of insulin by making generics more available, progress finally. Now, I'm working on a plan to manufacture drugs in America and build a supply chain so we're not relying on other countries for the medicine we need. I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message because I'll work with anyone and do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Families are reeling right now, enduring illness, losing their employers' plans in droves. They need lifelines now. My plan lowers healthcare costs, gets us universal coverage quickly when Americans desperately need it. This is my promise to you. When I'm president, I will take care of your health care coverage and your family the same way I would my own. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, your fall fashion headquarters with new arrivals daily. Downtown Duluth.
Well, growing up, did you ever want to have a Willy Wonka experience?
Every day of my life,
Okay,
yes.
well, guess what? You can now do that. The Jelly Belly founder, David Klein, is launching a golden ticket contest where one lucky winner gets their very own candy factory. The gold tickets are in the form of necklaces with a verification code on them, and they are hidden in secret locations across the U.S. Klein, who no longer owns Jelly Belly, says he is giving away a Candyman kitchen in Florida to one grand prize winner. Other winners will get $5,000 It costs about $50 to receive the riddle in order to play. You're good at riddles, Dave. I think you should do that.
Yeah, but 1971 was when I saw Willy Wonka at the theater in Bemidji. I can't remember anything about it, but let's remember the forecast for the week ahead, which calls for a cool down right now. Frost and freeze advisories tomorrow morning, but by this time next week, back into the 70s.
All right, so bundle up tomorrow. We'll see you then.